Hello, Abnormal Family. I've got another encounter for you, and I think you guys are going to really enjoy this one. This one actually comes out of France. I don't think I've done one out of France, so this will be one of my first encounters out of France, and I hope you guys enjoy it. I want to thank each and every one of you for the support you've given to this channel by watching these videos and hitting the like button. That means so much to me and my moderators, as we put a lot of work into each and every one of these videos, and plus the boots on the ground that we're doing. It means a lot to us for you to hit the like and to leave a little comment for us. And we also are very appreciative of the donations and support for bringing Hunter home, with the links in the description. My first encounter with what I think is a dogman took place 10 years ago in a forest located between, and I hope I say this right, Besançon and Ornans in East France. I must first of all say that I have always loved nature. As a child until I was a teenager, I used to get up early in the morning before everyone around 6 a.m. I went out in a muffled steps to avoid waking my parents and my brothers. I went for a walk every morning in the wilderness for 2 hours before returning to have breakfast and to go to school. So, I was used to my solitary walks for a long time. Later, I had to give up the habit because I had to leave to continue my studies, and that was a border and high school. The years have passed. In 2009, I'm not sure of the year. As in previous years, I used to go to the forest near Ornans. I looked for mushrooms. I could go for enough, without ever feeling the least concern. It is a beautiful coniferous forest. That week, it was August, I was nervous without understanding why. The weather was beautiful, but something bothered me. Without me being able to explain it to myself several times, I rushed to pick up the mushrooms as I quickly went out of the woods to jump into my car, and I left quickly. I had that feeling of needing to get away. On the way back, excuse me, I said to myself, "What's wrong with you?" But hey, I forgot and I came back anyway the next day. I finally understood the reason for my concern. After picking up some mushrooms, I got up and understood what was bothering me. Total silence. I listened and felt that my heart was beating. Once again, I left the forest quickly. Then one morning I arrived around 7:30. It's the best time to go mushroom hunting before others pass before me. I embarked on a trail that I had not explored yet. I noticed a dark mass in the middle about 60 meters away, but I could not tell what it was. I thought it was a tree stump. I started walking while looking at the floor. I picked up some mushrooms and kept going, until I got up and looked in front of me. And there, stupor. I tried to understand what I saw, Mike. It was not a tree stump. It was obviously an animal curled up on itself, muzzle resting on its chest. The posture was very strange. It looked like someone crouching. He slept with his muzzle on his chest. His coat was black-gray, like that of a boar, but darker, and above all, it was not a wild boar. I know what a wild boar looks like. My companion, being a hunter. My heart started beating like a crazy and resounded in my ears. I was afraid he would hear it. I did not want him to hear it. I knew that if he heard it, I'd be in trouble. I had a fear that I had never felt in my life. I ended up spinning and running without daring to return. I got in the car and pressed the accelerator. Back home, not daring to tell my companion the fear I had just had, I simply asked him if he had already seen boars sleeping sitting. Of course, he laughed in my face, and he said, "No, they don't sit and sleep. They lay down." Now, I never returned back to that scene, Mike. Now, I do love to pick mushrooms, and that's one of the things that I love to do. But I do know that what I seen laying there that day, and after doing some research on the computer, I'm very sure that it was what people call a dogman. It was almost fairy tale looking, but it was right there in front of me. It was so real in my mind. Even though I was looking at it, my mind did not want to accept it as being real. And when I returned that night, that's when things got a little weird. My companion went to the front door, and he said whenever he looked out the door, he saw a large bear standing in our front yard But he said what was weird about the bear is it turned and ran on two legs off into the woods. Now, we haven't had any more encounters, Mike, but just knowing that it followed me home and the other times I was in the woods, it's really bothered me. What do you think I should do, and what do you think happened? I think you went into the woods, and what happened to you has happened to a lot of people, that you had an accidental encounter. For whatever reason, and I don't know why, I feel like some of these creatures imprint on you. They become fascinated with you. For whatever reason, they do this with certain people, and it's like they can't let go. They follow you home. They torment you. They follow you in the woods. It's like they stalk you. I think it's scary, and if it did stalk you, it's probably been watching you for a while in the woods. Going to the woods alone, I would not recommend that at all anymore. And if I were you, I would put up some motion sensor lights around your house, and I would put up some game camera lights and make sure that they have the IR light in them, because I do believe they can see the IR, and that will keep them away from your house. And cameras and lights, that's the main thing to do. And hopefully after a while it will get to where it just knows it can't make it to your house because of everything you have up, and it will move on. That would be my best advice I could give you. And thank you for watching. Thank you everybody for hitting the like button. And don't forget, if you join our Patreon or our YouTube membership, you will get access to extra material that we're putting out. I just put out a 31-minute video on the Patreon and YouTube. So if you want to become a member, guys, you can check that out and see all the extra content. We got a lot of stuff loaded in there in the Patreon. We have a lot of conversations in there with a lot of the people that are on there. So if that's something you would like to do, then we would love to have you join the Patreon and visit with us backstage. Until next time, guys, keep your head on a swivel. Don't be something's dinner, and we'll see you on the next one.